pardon the kids stuff everywhere, but we got our tree order in for the spring. Got them from Stark Brothers down in Missouri. Probably one of the closest places to get live plants shipped to you for where we're at here in Illinois. Can't get them out today. We got a dusting of snow, kind of melted away throughout the day, but about 30 miles north of here, they have like 8 inches. Should be good enough to try to get it out here maybe tomorrow or Sunday this weekend. But they say on here, even if you can't get them out right away, to at least open the box, get them out, and make sure everything's looking good and hydrated. So I'm going to do that. I'll show you once it's open. Read this first. I already read it. It tells you what to do when you get your plants, how to plant them, what to do if you can't plant them right away. So what do we got? We ordered some blueberries. See them in there. Got a few different ones. Looks like these are all potted. So it says to slowly acclimate these. Oh, those ones are already blooming. Slowly acclimate these till they get outdoors when the weather's a little warmer. I'm going to pick those buds off of there right away, though, because I don't want that putting all that energy into making berries when they're not even in the ground yet. So we'll take those down in the basement, keep them down there, keep them moist, keep them dormant as much as we can until it's a little bit warmer to get those out. Those are all different varieties of blueberries. Here are our trees. We got the 4 to 5 foot. We got, what did we get? I think I got a couple cherry trees. A Bing cherry and something else, I don't remember, but just gotta make sure this is all moist. Yep. All the paper around the roots is moist. Packaging looks good. Let's just say a Bing cherry and a Van Sweet cherry. So those are our trees. They're about 4 foot tall. What we're gonna do, it says to take them out of the box and just make sure you got the plastic wrapped around them here until you're ready to plant them. They're dormant, so even though it's still a little chilly out, we will be able to get those in the ground and wait until springtime for them to bloom. So they should stay dormant just fine. Shouldn't bother them at all getting out in the chilly temperatures. It says you can plant even if it's down in the teens at night, as long as it gets up around 40 in the day. That's kind of about what we're looking at for the next week or so. Maybe getting up into the 50s, 60s. So be about the right time to get them in. So that's it. That's our plant order for this year. Or plant order, tree order. I might still do one more pear tree. I got a pear tree out there I got to replace. But I still have the receipt and it died last year. So it's been less than a year. I can go get a new one at Tractor Supply when those get out. So get these in the basement. I'm not even going to take these out of the box. It just says to inspect them. I want to leave these in the box here so they're not on the cold concrete. Just want to make sure got this wrapped up good enough to keep that moisture in there. Those should be good to go. I'm going to try to get those in here in the next day or two anyway, so those should be all right. There we go. 2 Duke blueberries, 2 North Blue blueberries. Here we are the next day with our bare root cherry trees from Stark Brothers. We're going to get those in the ground today. So what they say to do is soak the roots for a couple hours in a bucket of water. So while we are digging the holes and getting all that done for them, we're going to stick these in there. I'll take them all the way out here so you can see what they look like. Showed already. They come in this paper around the roots. Oh, they're 4 foot tall or so. So they come in like this, bare root, just this newspaper stuff around them. I'm just gonna peel all that off. So I don't get it all off, whatever, it'll decompose in the ground. That's what you got, your bare roots there. Got a bucket of water over here, we're just going to set these in. Our second tree, still nice and wet. Not much paper on that, it just kind of fell off, but that's alright. See over here behind the box, just got a bucket of water. Hopefully both of these will fit in here. It's only like a 2.5 gallon bucket, so it's a little smaller. I didn't think these would be that big. Get them in there. Ooh, that's nice and chilly today. So now we got these roots in here. We're going to let them soak while we dig the holes. It'll probably take an hour or so. Get all that dug. Say the holes need to be about 2 foot diameter by 2 foot deep. So we'll get out there. I already got them measured out, and we'll get those dug. A little windy. Here we are back out kind of in our front yard, or what we call our orchard. You can see one of these stakes right here. Got another one about 28-ish feet down the road there. You can kind of see it. Our existing trees are about 28 foot apart between them, so keeping it all as even as possible. You can see we got apple, another apple, and then pear and a pear. That last pear I'm gonna have to replace. It didn't make it last year. There used to be an old barn built right, you can kind of see the rise in the land there. We're kind of where that dead spot in the grass is. There used to be a big barn there, so sometimes it kind of run into the foundation, so it takes trees a few years to get going. That is all our neighbors' barns and car and stuff. You can see our plum tree right there as well. Plums, the apples, and the first pear are all doing really good. We actually got apples in our second year of having one of those planted last year. So we're going to get these holes dug where I got these stakes and get our cherry trees put in here. You can see I dug all the grass off the top there first. I'm going to put that back in at the bottom of the hole and we fill it in. That way I don't have grass growing up around it. We'll get some tree rings, put them around and mulch around it too when we get a chance. See, we got our hole there, a nice dark dirt. We got some pretty good dirt here. See down in there. Hit a weird layer of gravel. Like I said, there used to be a barn up here, so it's kind of like a barn lot. So there was a little layer of gravel in there, but it wasn't that big. Went right through it. We'll get that in there and start burying it. See, you got the holes dug out. This is just one of them. I figured to change my mind on the grass. I had an old boss once tell me when I was first in college, work smarter, not harder. So I'm not going to use all that sod and try to throw it back in there. I got a giant dirt pile from when they put our driveway in. I just got a big bucket full of that in the tractor there. Brought that over in case I need some more dirt. It's nice and black, nice and loose. You can see I dug out a little bit around the edge of the hole there, just kind of recess it so when I can put that piece of fabric around the tree, I can put the mulch on top. I give the place for the mulch to sit down in and kind of water to collect, help keep it watered. And then secret weapon here, rabbit poop. I think 4 gallons of rabbit poop, and I got tons more. That's what you get, and that's just from 4 rabbits. So we're gonna throw a bunch of the poop in the bottom of the hole there, give it some fertilizer, give it something for the roots to reach to, then maybe layer a little bit more in as we go, and then get these buried in. And then I got a couple stakes. We'll stake it, keep it from flopping around in the wind. Alright, we're going to bring you in here, see what we did. You can see, got it all nice and buried. This is the grafting point. They graft the fruit tree onto like a, I can't remember what they call it now, but onto the base of another tree. These are a semi-dwarf, so that will keep these from getting super tall. So the base is a different tree than the cherry, but you got to keep this 2 to 3 inches outside of the soil. I got it maybe 4 right now, but once we get the mulch and stuff on there, that'd be different. Packed around it so it's nice and steady. And then we're gonna stake in here so that can start spreading its roots and hopefully start growing here in the next couple weeks. Here we are, we got our post in the ground, just some cheap garden fence posts. I put them on the side of our prevailing winds here, so I can take some wire, tie it off to here, and tie it around here. And when the wind blows, it'll be pulling against the wire. All I do, I got some bunch of just cheap rubber hose that I cut off lengths, kind of loop it around the tree, and run the wire through that. So that's how I keep the wire from cutting into the tree. So we're gonna just take this. I'm just using my wire cutters to cut it because I didn't bring anything else out here. Take a length of, I'm just using my electric fence wire. You can always cut it longer than what you need, then you don't have to worry about it. I just feed my hose over the wire. Get that where I want it, and the wire keeps it in there where you want it. I'm going to tie it off here where we got one of these little knobs on the post just to help hold the wire in place. Twist that off there, and then use this excess wire to get it where I want it. I'm not making it super tight, so it's got a little bit of room to wiggle with the wind to help strengthen it a little bit from what I've heard. So it's just enough to keep it from getting blown around if we get some really strong winds. Should be all we need for now. Should hold this in place pretty well. Like you can see, it's not on there super tight. Can wiggle a little bit. Got that where if it falls down, gravity will hook it into that little hook there, and that's it. I did the exact same thing on the other tree. I'm not going to show you both of them because that's pretty redundant. Back up here and you can kind of see it. That one is done. You can see the other tree down there. Just got to put the wire on it. We'll have those done. So this will be our little orchard. Like I said, we're already getting some apples on them. But hopefully this year maybe we'll get some pears. I'm not sure about the plums. Definitely not cherries yet this year, but maybe next year. Another important step I almost forgot. You want to take these. I'm just going to hook mine on the post around it. cherry. The other was a Van sweet cherry. Then the important part is water them. You see how I kind of recess the dirt there? It collects the water and lets it all soak in around it there. I'll let that soak in while I water the other one, and I'll probably repeat the process on both trees. According to the instructions from Stark Brothers, it says you need to do that once a week or so until they get well established. Whether it's rain or you watering, they need to be watered about once a week, and just keep an eye on how they're going. So thanks for watching, everybody. Please like and subscribe, help grow this channel. Appreciate all the support so far, and hope to see you soon.